Greetings, everyone. I am F. Keith Slaughter, Senior Servant of the Beloved Community Church of Atlanta. Our ministry began 5 years ago with a few dedicated souls who were dedicated to serving our people and worshiping our God. We are a small church. However, since we began, we have slowly grown from a mere idea into a thriving, busy, and dynamic presence in the Pittsburgh community of Atlanta, Georgia. The coronavirus pandemic indelibly altered the work of our ministry. The food and resources gap between the poor and others has widened right before our eyes. As the world around us changed, we recognized the need to expand our already established food pantry to include a food sharing component for children and adults in our community. We now serve hot meals, sandwiches, snacks, and beverages 3 days a week and provide emergency food pantry access throughout the week. The times required that we expand our capacity to serve, but we had inadequate facilities needed to do the work. To that end, we recently acquired a historic Pittsburgh landmark formerly known as Little Zion Baptist Church. Our plan is to transition our food pantry and resource brokerage center, including a new day shelter component, into the Little Zion Annex of the Beloved Community Church. We need room to grow, and I need your help to make it happen. The food pantry will give community members and their families access to nutritious food in a clean and healthy environment. The Resource Brokerage Center will connect persons to information and benefits available to them, while the day shelter will create space for showers and personal care, cell phone recharging stations, and other help for our unsheltered sisters and brothers. So here's the ask. I'm asking you to be mindful and prayerful around your possible role in helping us to take care of some good people who need to feel the experience of human love, care, and compassion in the midst of their struggle. After considering the possibilities, I ask that you would share your best gift with us to help us renovate the building, put on a new roof, replace the damaged flooring, and rebuild the handicap ramp to make it a bright, healthy, secure space for healing and restoration to occur. I believe that this is good ground. Won't you help us by investing in making Dr. King's vision of the beloved community a blessed reality? You can help us by cash apping us at $ the beloved community. You may also go to my website, drfkeithslaughter.org, and make a PayPal donation. But however you give, make sure you give to this good and worthy cause.
Y'all know what it is.
I can't sit at the seat of the scornful. Run away, run away, run away. Those wolves of sheep clothing.
Come on.
Run away. Take back what you stole from me. Compensate. They keep lying, man, and I can't relate. Run away, run away, run away. Mr. Slaughter D call me trap pastor. I talk slow, but you know I rap faster. Hard rhymes, I'm as serious as cancer. Recognize you ain't a slave, you a master. Came here on the bottom of the bowl. Can't flow, so I had to backstroke. Coming up on the verses that I wrote. Every day I slang hope, not dough. Black excellence, down with the team. Malcolm X nightmare, Martin Luther's dream. Fight the power, can you feel what I mean? Like Rakim said, I'm a microphone beam. Came south on a special invitation. Say a word on the current situation. No delay, no more hesitation. All you fist up, take your reparation, sucker.
Y'all know what it is.
I can't sit the seat of the scornful. Run away, run away, run away. Those wolves in sheep clothing. Come on, run away. Take back what you stole from me. Compensate. They keep lying, man, and I can't relate. Run away, run away, run away. Yeah, so you think you can run away from reality? You think you can run away from the problems? You think you can find yourself someplace else to go where there's no God? Hey man, wherever you go, God is already there waiting on you. So stop running. And if you gotta run, tie your shoes, sucker.
Wow. What's going on? Good morning, good sisters and brothers. Welcome to another episode of the movement, Raw and Uncut. I am your brother, F. Keith Slaughter, broadcasting live from the intersection of the Trap and the Track in the beautiful Pittsburgh community in Atlanta, Georgia, the center of the universe. And I'm up in here, man, making it do what it do, exactly like I'm supposed to do it, as we bring to you an intentionally Afrocentric, live streaming, infotainment, variety talk experience. Yo, big head. So how you doing today? Good. It's Wednesday, May the 26th. And they say we coming out of the pandemic with 50% of adults in the U.S. having received the vaccination. So, y'all, I mean, y'all ain't happy about that? Okay, cool. It's a blessing, man. You know what I mean? People starting to feel safer. People starting to feel more normal. And for me, I would imagine that is my primary concern. I want for people to be psychologically healthy, to be mentally okay, because, you know, I just realized that a lot of folk have suffered psychologically in the midst of the pandemic. I have people in my family, in my home, in my immediate family, as well as those who with whom I am tangentially connected, who have had a very difficult time, and at least one of whom has had to be hospitalized because of just the difficulty that they have had enduring the pandemic, the isolation, the restrictions in movement, and as well as the changes in behavior that human beings have adopted and adapted as we attempt to live through this strange and unusual time. So if you made it through and you feel like you're on the other side, well then I'm celebrating with you, because quiet as kept, I'm one of the people who had a real difficult time. The COVID winter was probably the most difficult of my life, the last, 3 months. It's like the longest stretch, the longest period of time that I've felt depressed. And what was so cool was I got a chance to come to the show and have a couple of hours of intentional insanity while the rest of my life was being lived in, unintentional insanity. So it's all cool. It's good to be alive, and it's good to be back in the game, And if you're still feeling kind of sad and low and kind of disconnected, perhaps some of the opportunities that are now available for people to move around, experience the human touch, and to gather in ways that are safe. Hopefully you'll take advantage of those things and participate in your own healing. It was something, I didn't want to invite people to church before because, just because I didn't want anybody to be sick. I just knew that we couldn't stop worshiping, and it's something that had to be done, but shucks, you just try. No, what I've tried to do is just to make good decisions when I'm clear that others are depending on me to do that, right? And I can't just make decisions based on what I would like and what I would want. But I had to try to think through what everybody needs and what's going to be best for the people that I work with and do ministry with, So consider this an invitation to slide back this away, start thinking about how to gather safely so that we can strengthen our community, strengthen our bonds with each other as we continue to get the work done that needs to be done. Lord God knows I'm so tired of Zooming and all kinds of virtual gatherings. I'm just ready to look men and women in the eye and talk to you and exchange the energy in a format that is not mediated by somebody else. I was listening to a piece this morning, and I never heard this before, but the former president didn't even use email. And see, that's how you do it. That's the kind of person I am. The only reason I use email is because I got to. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I don't want what I say to everything that I'm exchanging, all information that I'm sharing with somebody to be shareable with others. I don't want that. I want to be able to say what I need to say and know that it stays between the people that I say it to and myself. I don't know that we thinking through these modalities of communication and how we engage in them. It's just like with social media. I don't say everything that I want to say. I'm probably wilder and more open and honest on this platform than I am in any other. And sometimes I worry about, if some of my stuff, some of the things that I said will be captured and used against me later. And that's okay. All I can say is whatever I say, that's how I felt at that moment. That doesn't necessarily mean I feel the same way right now, but then again, it could. But you think about it, I think real bosses, man, real players, real gangsters, they don't use no damn email. I say to you what I want to say to you, and then we keep it moving. You don't need no record of my words other than that which is recorded in your mind. That's how I prefer to do business. I prefer to do business up close, personal, exchanging not only information, but exchanging energy, life-giving potential, so that we can be engaged in healing each other and not just exchanging goods and resources for resources, but
goods and services for resources. But we actually engaging in the project of human existence together. All right, that's all I want to say. What the deal is. It's a dope jam. It's one of my favorite songs. So you want to know what's going on in the world around you? Let me share what it is that I have learned since the last time I hollered at you. So on the African continent, Michael Odur of Africa News gets the byline for the headline, Africa's COVID-19 corruption outweighs pandemic. He writes, even as the pandemic continues to ravage the world, some countries have reported continued theft of COVID-19 response funds. In Africa, a number of countries have reported rampant corruption and theft of cash and other incentives meant to caution against the impacts of the disease. Some of the countries impacted are as follows: Malawi, Kenya, Nigeria, Uganda, South Africa, and everybody had people at the top of the pile who was stealing the money that was meant to have a positive impact on the people of the country. And, but my thing is, hell, you think they ain't been stealing, you think people ain't stealing funds right now in the U.S., that politicians aren't stealing money that was allocated to be helpful in the COVID-19 effort? You know they do it. So I ain't gonna be acting like it's just folks in Africa do that. No. People who are in the elite class steal from the people who are in classes that are beneath them. That's why people want to ascend to the higher classes. That's why people aspire to politics, so they can be the first to steal. Brother told me this a long time ago, man, and I'd be damned if he wasn't telling the truth. Good friend of mine said everybody steal. If you're gonna be in business, you just gotta build that in to your budget, because everybody gonna steal something. If it ain't nothing but a pencil, a pen, a notepad, some water, everybody steals something. That's just life. Don't get messed up about that. I don't get messed up about it, because I'm going to steal what I can steal, and I know everybody else doing the same damn thing. Oh, yeah. And I ain't lying. So anyway, don't be coming to me with that they steal it in Africa shit. Okay. So Michael Odur is also reporting for Africa News that a Zimbabwean chief wants to exhume the remains of former President Robert Mugabe. But what they want to do is exhume the remains from his ancestral or rural home and bury them in the National Cemetery. He died in 2019, and he had refused to be buried at the National Heroes Acres in Harare over fears that some individuals, especially his political opponents, might steal his remains and use them in traditional rituals. So he wanted to be buried where he wanted to be buried. Now they want to dig him up and bury him in the place that he didn't want to be buried in. Anyway.
No, that seems like really bullshit.
So yeah, that's what's going on the African continent. I don't want to tell you the rest of this. Let's go a little closer to home, nationally. Joe Hernandez of NPR has written a story. The byline is, or the headline is, United holds drawings for free flights for those who get the shot. And so the story begins, Krispy Kreme giving away complimentary glazed, a complimentary glazed donut if you flash the vaccine card. Maine is giving you a LL Bean gift certificate for free fishing and hunting licenses for those who get the shot. And United Airlines will give you a chance to win free flights for a year if you can hit them with your vaccine passport. And so in recent weeks, the reality is that vaccine interest has slowed nationwide. A CNN poll in April found that 26% of Americans said they would not get the COVID-19 vaccine. And sisters and brothers, I'm sure that there are a hell of a lot more people who won't be getting it as well. More than 26% of Americans, because think about it. They ain't even counting the homeless people. They ain't even counting most black people. You know what I mean? In their little polls and surveys, right? So probably a lot more than 26%, but we do know that 50% of Americans are or have received the COVID-19 vaccine. Either both doses of the one that they had to have two with, or one of the one that they had to have one with. Total 50%. But you got the Vax-A-Million sweepstakes in Ohio. You get the chance to win at least to win $1 million. You know, so I'm gonna be honest with you. Anything that they putting this much effort in to making happen, it makes me fearful. And you know what I just thought about? I got some strawberries. I left my strawberries in the truck. They're out there getting hot. As soon as we take a break, I'm going to get my strawberries. Anyway, I guess that's how much I'm thinking about this vaccine. I'm thinking about my strawberries. But yeah, man, again, if you want the vaccine, man, you can get it now. And there are incentives for you to get it. So go get it if that's what you want. If that's not what you want, then govern yourself accordingly. And I'll leave it at that. Hey, Texas lawmakers approved legislation that would let people carry handguns without a license. In other words, I'm never traveling to Texas. That's the headline. The author is Joe Girardo from The Root. And this story that I'm sharing with you comes from the Texas, is informed by the Texas Tribune, which said that there is a bill that is set to go to Texas Governor Greg Abbott's desk after receiving approval in the State House on Sunday and the Senate on Monday. Abbott has previously said that he would sign the bill that would allow anyone 21 years and over to carry a handgun without a license. Under current state law, people have to submit fingerprints, complete 4 to 6 hours of training, take a written test, and a shooting proficiency test. Now, none of that. If you got the money to buy a gun, you got the right to have it on you in the great state of Texas once the governor signs this into law, and he gonna do it. And you know, that is what that is. I'm kind of cool with it, cause everybody who want to carrying anyway. You think not? Trust me. Everybody who want to toting anyway, and been doing it. And I don't know that the increase of the amount of people who would be carrying a firearm would increase so much. I don't know if it would be a big increase. I'm not sure. I don't know. I guess we'll have to check the data as the data are collected. But that's what's going on in Texas. See, and I'm going to say it like this right here, man. Yeah, I'm clear that's going to put black people in a little bit more danger. Because white police, they going to make the assumption now And they will be justified in making the assumption that black people have weapons. Right? So we're going to need some police reform, man. Some laws that are going to prohibit them from just being able to murk us because they think we got a gun now. But trust me, you got one, and it's just me. You got one, well, I got one. Right? That's how it goes down, I think. You know. So anyway, it's a shame, man. Up in Ohio, Bill Hutchinson of ABC News is reporting that the mother of Tamir Rice, the little black boy baby, 12 years old, who the police murdered, Timothy Lowman was the police who murdered him back in 2014. And he's attempting to get his job back as a Cleveland police. I mean, if them Negroes, it's too many black people in Cleveland to let some bullshit like that go down. At any rate, this Ohio Supreme Court is considering returning this murderer, this child murderer, to the streets. It ain't enough that his ass ain't in jail, under the jail, for killing a baby. Do y'all remember the story, right? The boy was playing with a toy gun in the park, in a state where open carry is legal, and the gun wasn't even real. It was a toy gun, and he was a boy, a child, playing with a gun in the park. And a no good, dirty old
Bullshit.
white man
Bullshit.
called the police, acting like, pretending that he felt afraid for his life because a child was playing with a toy in the park. Everybody I named ought to be under the jail. They should have been executed like they executed Tamir Rice. And I'm thankful that his mother is continuing to put up a fight. And I would hope that black people in Ohio, in the Cleveland area, in Cuyahoga County, I mean, there's some good, powerful, strong black people in Cleveland. I need y'all to rise up and call them shots and make them suckers bow to our power and give us justice for this baby. At any rate, anyway, I can't even believe it. I can't even believe it. All right, closer to home.
Seems like really bullshit.
Closer to home. So I told you about the push to get people vaccinated, right? And I gave you my stock answer. I think people that want to get vaccinated ought to. I think people that don't want to shouldn't have to. And the fake governor of Georgia, the governor who didn't win the election but still acting like he the governor. Well, and let me ask you this. Why white folks ain't got no problem with Kemp being a fake governor who didn't really win the election? And even if Joe Biden didn't win the election, even though we know that he did, why they ain't mad at Kemp? Why they just mad at Joe Biden? Anyway, that was just, well, at any rate. So, but I like this call right here. Yesterday, fake Governor Brian Kemp issued an executive order prohibiting state agencies, state service providers, and state properties from requiring COVID-19 vaccine passports. The executive order is entitled Prohibition of COVID-19 Vaccine Passports, and it states that no vaccine passport shall be required for entry into the state of Georgia, period. Basically what he was saying is, man, he said he urging Georgians to get vaccinated so that the momentum of disposing with COVID-19 pandemic is kept up. However, he says vaccination is a personal decision between each citizen and a medical professional, not state government. And not you thug bullies on Facebook either. You know what I mean? So I agree with that. He's saying you ain't gonna be able to just require that I show you evidence that I have received a vaccine. And I agree. So this story, at first when I was looking at it, I thought it was like a dumb story. But when I think about it, you know, I don't know. Tell me what you think. So there's a woman, according to Taisha Fernandez of WSB TV here in Atlanta. Story is about a sister, a woman who is facing charges after she allegedly assaulted a school administrator over a dress code dispute on graduation day. Okay, so what was the dispute? So at Drew Charter School, and I used to actually work at Drew Charter School. I was like a little counselor or a chaplain for the school. I've forgotten about that. But when I used to be chaplain at the Villages of Eastlake, and Drew Charter School is in the Villages of Eastlake, so that was a part of the people I dealt with. At any rate, and Drew Charter School named after Charles Drew, the great African-American pioneering physician. But at any rate, there's several students at Drew Charter School who did not receive their diplomas on graduation day because school officials said that their shoes were inappropriate. They put out a rule that said that the children, the girls, should only wear flat or wedge heel, black closed toe shoes to graduate in. And they didn't do that. The students did not observe. Some of them did not observe that rule, and so they didn't get their diplomas. And that's cool. And the girls wore what they wanted to wear. They wore the kind of shoes that they wanted to wear, or that their mom and daddy said they could wear. And I mean, y'all, it's 2021. It's kind of hard to require people to adhere to some arbitrary dress code that people put out, for whatever reason they do that. I mean, you just can't. People deserve to, I think, to have control over their personal bodies, right? And that's what's at the root of this dispute. So at any rate, a mama who baby didn't get their diploma, tripped out. And my thing is like this. So you knew what was going to happen. You knew that they said they weren't going to give you the diploma if you didn't have the right shoes on. Okay. So y'all didn't stand up and fight against that before it was time. And I know how they do it. They just don't give you time enough to organize in order to put up a fight. I understand that too. Because that's how administrators do. They do tricky shit so that they can make rules and you have to adhere to them. But at any rate, I think that those are some things that we need to think through as black people, because Drew Charter School is a black school, right? And again, this is one of those class issues. People wish to regulate how other people dress and how other people look, how other people present themselves, because they think they know what is best for those people that they're making the rules to try to control. And right now, as we're coming out of this pandemic, people don't feel like being controlled. We've been controlled enough, right? Anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. I don't know why this story up here. So somebody stole Akon Range Rover. So damn what? If he ain't got no insurance, hell, let's owe him. I'm gonna give a damn about nobody stole Akon Range Rover. Look, I'm supposed to go out to this truck and get my strawberries, and when I come back, my first guest is already on deck. So we get ready to have a conversation as well. Play some music, and you know what I'm talking about? We're gonna make our way, man, into the next phase of this here movement with your brother. Make sure you tell your people and your people's people to get on that. So Craig, if Scott starts some music, can he start some music back there too? So Scott, you got to get back on, man. And start you know when I'm getting ready to come out. You know when I'm getting ready to come out and go into my thing. And you know I'm a smooth, brother, and I need to talk over. I need to talk over music. That's Sharice Nicole right there, and she bumping, and I'm feeling it. And I continue to bump that. I encourage you to go get it so you can bump it. You know what time it is, what's going on in the world. I'll let you know what's going on with my guests when we come back on the other side of the break. It's the movement. It's raw. It's uncut. And we live right now. You can get at us by going to trappastor.com. Catch us on Facebook Live. You can catch us on IG Live. We used to. Did we pay? Are we doing IG anymore or no? We doing Twitch and we doing YouTube. You know what I mean? So check us out. And we live right this moment. Stop through. Check on us. 1113 Ira Street. We just up in here getting it. I'll be back in a minute with more movement. And we're open.
We're open.
Yes, we're open.
We are open, and Sandtown Pub is ready to serve you. We're taking precautions, wearing masks, wearing gloves, sanitizing, and practicing social distancing. We've even partnered with local leaders to hand out free masks. So stop by and enjoy our outdoor patio, dine in, call ahead for pickup, get Uber Eats and DoorDash delivery, or order online at www.sandtownpub.com.
Peace, family. It's your girl, Shelly Set with Sun Goddess Sense, your one-stop natural shop. We are located at 4140 Jonesboro Road, booth 225, inside the Forest Park International Discount Mall in Forest Park, Georgia. Come check us out. You can get your health and beauty items, aromatherapy, skincare, Pan-African apparel, and more. You can reach us at 404-434-7963 or sungoddess_sense on IG or sungoddess.sense on IG or Sun Goddess Sense like page on Facebook. Peace.
Hi, I'm Broderick Gooch.
And I'm Tian Gooch.
And we're Gooch's Goodies.
Here at Gooch's Goodies, we specialize in delivering smiles and satisfaction to your home with our high-quality foods at affordable prices.
Our signature sauces and dishes will guarantee a flavor that your family will love, and that's a Gooch's Goodies guarantee. You can follow us on Facebook,
DoorDash,
and Grubhub. See you soon.
How we doing the ATL like this. I keep thinking about last night. Time passed right by me when I'm with you. Kinda like having my own universe, my world, my earth. I I try to keep my focus, but you poppin' mine first. I thirst to get to know what makes you tick, and I nurse the vibrations when they ache and sick. Like a switch turned on by your ways, your wits, and it be tripping me out, cause few can get with this what you do. And I don't know if I can get enough, yeah you do. And I see through all of that gangsta stuff. See, I like the edges rough when the mind is wrong. You got me right in the zone, this feeling can't be wrong, come on. Isn't it so cold, but you can't stop my love. It hurts so bad, you can't stop my love. Loving so hard, you can't stop my love. You can't stop my love, say you can't stop my love. I'm having problems at home, in fact it's over. Let me cry on your shoulder. Can you hold a hurt woman close enough, soldier? Let me get the microphone, yeah. Get too close, I might put it on ya. Show ya what a real woman about. Being me is complex. I see you peeping the style. You want a little girl, I got her in me too. Whatever it takes to get close to you. Ain't no picture in my front, and I'ma tell you now. I need attention right now, just to hold me down. I got a lot on my mind, I got a lot to get out. And you say the right thing when you open your mouth. But when I'm with you, I'm feeling so relaxed. When I'm with you, I feel like the queen I am. When I'm with you, I don't know how long it's gonna last, but I maximize the moment, use the time I have. Come on. Isn't it so cold, but you can't stop my love. It hurts so bad, you can't stop my love. Loving so hard, you can't stop my love. You can't stop my love, say you can't stop my love. I've been through so much stress, so much pain, must confess. So much on my chest, been through so much mess. Then I met him, the warrior, the guy. Say I'm blessing the hill, and then I'm feeling, put my soul to rest. I be the one helping ones, now I need you. You see the pure me, I see the pure you. We met and no one expected to get this tight. I recall the very moment that I knew that this was right on time. Damn, you fine. Look in my eyes and my vibes recline. Got seeds, here's a picture of mine. Chemistry right, you read my mind. Some truth inside you held me fine. This spiritual, mental, mutual attraction cultivates electric magnetic reaction. Giving and receiving shock for satisfaction. Giving thanks and praying this one's a lasting. Isn't it so cold, but you can't stop my love. It hurts so bad, you can't stop my love. Loving so hard, you can't stop my love. You can't stop my love, say you can't stop my love. Too much pain, I learned how to dance in the rain. I got so much power. Big goddess in the cheek. Why you wanna put my name about yourself? I don't care how you feel about the situation. You can stop hating, cause you can stop my love.
People today.
It's not just about the calories, good for mental clarity. Shining like you're supposed to be. Age to find your energy, infinite possibility. What I'm putting in me, what my first enemy, what I'm not eating right. I'm not thinking right. You say you want your body tight, internal conflict. Like how do I get off of this? Quick in the can fix. I see food stand rich. Live on green ingredients. Remix your experience. The discipline is serious. Healing it, dealing in the age of Aquarius. The season's not a heritage, the system here is failing us. How do you rush when you healing what you touch? How do you rush when you healing what you touch? How do you rush when you healing what you touch? How do you rush when you healing what you touch? How do you rush? How do you drink your smoothie, baby? I know you need that now.
shit, some fried onion rings, nigga, I'm hungry. You can throw a whole piece of fish in with hot sauce, mad ketchup. I'm in the kitchen, blah, 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 nutrition. I'm on this mission, but I wonder why my belly button itching. I'm a super size that burger jumper, eat what I want. But I'm backed up and lately it's hard to take a dump. I mean, I like good food, you feel me? I see them lines outside Tassili's. Y'all be living off that for really? I got Wolverine's appetite, but lately my body ain't been acting right. And I'm not rushing into the afterlife. Plus I love sweet. I'm gaining weight too. I gotta eat my fruits or something. I need to do something new. I guess this is the part of the big change in the movie. I know one thing for sure though, I can go hard on this movie.
Baby, I know you need that natural high. Drink your smoothie, baby. Come take this funky electric ride.
Ginger, booger, algae, turmeric, and chlorophyll. Apples, mangoes, bananas, yeah, you know the deal. Once you drink it all, homeboy, yeah, you know the feel. Waking up with way more energy, you know it's real. Smoothie gang, yeah, we be a family. I'm a personal trainer, come get on this meal plan with me. I got deals from the low cop, you see my from your majesty.
We're open. Yes, we're open.
The Starseed Con. Welcome to my galaxy. If your frequency right, you can step into my palace. See you third, I gotta be open. My flow will take you past the sea. American Beach is where I met Auntie Cherise was camping out. Shout out Tina and X. Shout out spiritual beings, so we don't got to flex. I'm live on the islands, but smoothies and just rich mind, rich spirit. Yes, spirit. How about
Drink your smoothie, baby. I know you need that natural high. Drink your smoothie, baby.
Peace, family. It's your girl, Shelly Ahmed Set with
The electric ride.
What up? Can't hear me. What up? What up? There I go. What up, y'all? We back and we black. It's the movement, raw and uncut. Man, I went outside and came back in here and I got hot. Just going outside 1 second and coming back. Is it hot in here now? Yeah, I got hot. Anyway, man, we back up in here. I went and got my little strawberries and everything. And trying to eat them. Because I left them in the car. And I knew if I just left them out there that they would become too hot to eat. So they're all good. They ain't that sweet, but they'll do. They fruit. You know what I mean? Y'all all right?
Hi.
You are? Okay. Hi. I'm not yet, but when I leave here. Anyway. My next guest is, I think, what would be best described as a serial entrepreneur. She operates several different businesses, and she's here today to talk about all of them, but one of them in particular. Ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, please join me in welcoming my dear sister, Kiamani Robey. Hey there, and whoever else with her, and the whole damn family. And gang, the gang. Thug life. Thug baby. How y'all doing, man? Y'all all right? Good. Y'all speak up just a little bit because I'm trying to get capture your voices in that one microphone.
Okay.
And baby Journey, you just say whenever you ready to talk, baby, you just talk, okay? I ain't even got to ask you no question. You can just talk whenever you get ready, okay? All right, we together. All right, this is good. This is the first, man. I ain't never had no baby on the show before.
Oh, wow.
Folks say I act like a baby, but but I mean a literal baby. It's a blessing. And I bet she's feeling all good because she up against her mama and it's just chilling. And she was jamming to the music when we was bumping that Sharice Nicole.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So come on, what's up? What all you do? You brought these little boxes up in here with you, and I tend not to play with folks
Okay.
What's this in this box?
Well, that is our signature meatless wings with our sweet and spicy sauce that we make. So I wanted to definitely give you a taste so you can see what we do.
Okay, signature
Sweet and spicy.
sweet and spicy meatless wings. Now I'm a wine. Sandtown Pub is a sponsor of us, right? Okay. And they just wang. Now, but this here is a meatless wang. So I'm supposed to try this meatless wang. I've never had a meatless wang before. Okay. But it look like Journey like them. We gonna see. I like the crunchiness. Okay. I taste the vegginess.
Okay.
I like the flavor.
Awesome.
Okay. I mean, I'm with this.
Okay.
I can do this.
Glad you like it.
Tastes kind of like a fried cauliflower kind of.
Well, it is cauliflower. We do use cauliflower. We do use cauliflower.
My palate is so discerning.
It's good. Yeah. A lot of people don't know. And we do it soy-free, gluten-free.
I like that because I don't like soy. We don't want soy. Soy is not good for you.
No preservatives.
Nope.
So we make it right then. So it was made maybe a couple hours ago.
I bet you straight out.
Straight out.
What kind of oil you use?
Grapeseed oil.
Grapeseed. Oh man.
Yeah. I only use grapeseed oil.
I would come buy these. I would come spend money for these. You see how my box is almost gone.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is all right. So talk about how you came to be to do this business, and what's the name of the business associated with these great boneless wings? Excuse me, meatless wings, and of course, there's no bone, because there would be no need for a bone, right? Right. Okay.
No chicken.
Yeah, and because I'd be like, man, well, the box was kind of light, but here, when you be eating chicken, once you eat the meat, the bones be the one way add all the weight. The damn chicken ain't weighing it. But anyway, go ahead.
No problem. Okay, so we are the veggie sunflower. So what I have a umbrella company.
Okay.
Which is Kiamani Robey Enterprises.
Okay.
Where we create food and health changes within the community. So we have innovative solutions for that. So one of our solutions is to create healthy alternatives to everyday food, and that's where the veggie sunflower was birthed. The other aspect is
veggie sunflower.
The veggie sunflower.
And that's the name of the veggie sunflower.
Yes.
That's the name of the restaurant.
It's a pop-up restaurant.
Okay.
So we go to different events within the city.
Okay.
Our next event is actually Saturday at the Pittsburgh Community Market.
Okay, right down the street.
Yes, on University, 352 University.
Yeah, right down the street.
Right there at Pittsburgh Yards. So
Pittsburgh Yards, yeah.
We're one of the vendors that
You're
is
watching
there.
me eat this whole damn box. Oh. Okay.
So we are there.
I mean, okay, these ain't good. Ain't these veggie wings, you don't want none. They don't taste good. They ain't flavorful. They ain't got this wonderful barbecue kind of taste. They just ain't right, man. You ain't gonna want these. I'm gonna eat them all. These are. Well, I wouldn't play if they weren't good. I'd be like, oh yeah, these are very good. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming and bringing these very good wings. No, this is good. What else you put on beside cauliflower?
I have a signature seasoning that I put. So I have a signature seasoning, and then that's it. I season it. I also create my batter that's gluten free.
And it's crunchy. You be thinking you need.
No, you don't need all that.
Stuff, man, this is
right.
I'm hungry too.
Yeah, so we find creative ways.
And grapeseed oil, that's good for you.
It's very good for you. It's actually one of the highest, one of the oils that can have the highest burn value. So you don't want to do like a it goes up to like 450.
Right. It can't be the
It
extremely
won't-
high.
Right, and some of the other oils, people use, like the vegetable oils, actually soy oil.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are allergic.
Right.
And they can't use that. So
It's not good for you.
No.
It actually isn't. Olive oil, grapeseed oil.
Right.
And
olive oil is awesome. It's just that the burn value is not the same. So you should really just saute your food.
In olive oil. Right, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you got a real deep fry on these with grapeseed oil.
Yeah.
Now we got to be clear. It's a little bit more expensive.
It is. And that's for the it's not because it's vegan, but because all of our ingredients, we put no preservatives in there. The gluten-free flours cost a little bit.
Right.
So typically for a 10-piece and celery, it's about $12.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. I can do that. I would do that. I would invest in that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to come down. When is it? Saturday?
Saturday, yes.
At Pittsburgh Yard down there.
And we're there from 10 to 2. Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, everybody ain't gonna be able to appreciate this, so the other boxes y'all brought.
Right.
You really should have just brought them for me. So my box gone.
Your box is gone. I appreciate that.
It's a damn shame. That's all right. What else? Okay, so you got the vegan flour.
The veggie sunflower.
The veggie sunflower.
Right.
Which is the pop-up restaurant.
It is a pop-up restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Also, one of the other operating companies.
You see, I ate that all in the box.
I'm glad you loved it. The sweet and spicy sauce. That's our Flavor What company. So we create the sauce.
Which is what I just was eating. That sauce.
What you just ate. Yes. So there's nothing that's bought from the store that has not been, created and vetted before it got to your food. So that's why we make our own sauce. It is a vegan sauce as well.
So how did you get into doing this? What is it that caused you to create vegan wings? I mean, first of all, I never heard of it before.
Right.
Where did you get the idea, and what was the impetus for creating this type of cuisine?
Okay. Well, actually, it starts from me being diabetic.
Okay.
I found out I was a diabetic when I was a teenager. So it's been over
Type 1.
Type 1.
Right,
over 20 plus odd years. So within that time period, I was trying to find my way when it came to food and the balance between food and medicine. And I knew that I recognized other diabetics had other health issues, and I didn't want those.
Right.
So I started to really just get in there and learn about herbs and learn about foods and how foods interact with our gut, just kind of figure out different ways. And my son came along.
People don't even understand that the life is in the gut.
It's in your gut.
It's in the gut.
It's literally your second brain.
That's what it is. That's where your nerve, the second most concentration of nerve endings are in the gut. Yep. And I learned a long time ago, some years ago, about the fact that, when they started doing bariatric surgery on people, and they would go in and cut, quote, the stomach. Right. And they thought that because the stomach size was made smaller, that was the reason why people were losing the weight. But the actual reason why people were losing the weight is because not only the stomach, but the gut had been cut, meaning those nerve endings that sent the transmissions to the brain to say, I'm hungry, that had been cut.
Right.
And that is what actually caused the people to lose weight, because the stomach is expandable. You can cut it in half and it'll still expand to the same size that it was. So it wasn't that was making it, and I was like, oh, okay, brilliant. But then it also made sense to me, and I started making sense to me like when you, like when the police get behind you, right? Your head don't start hurting. Your stomach does. You feel something turn in your stomach. Nothing turns in your head. You know what I mean? Which indicates the number of nerve endings that are actually in your stomach. Yes. So go continue. You did that. That was just some by the way type stuff I had.
No, but it makes a lot of sense because our stomach really determines how we are able to even think. And,
Yeah.
and it took a lot of that just combination of everything that I had to learn. And when he came along,
And
I
who is
started
him?
working on him. This is my
Who
oldest.
him is?
This is my son, Makai.
Makai, what's up, brother? How you doing? Good. Oh, you got to be what, 14?
I'm 16.
You 16? All right, because I was like the bass seemed like it was kind of new, you know. You know what I mean? How do you do? How do you work with and assist your mother in the business that your family is involved in?
Usually when she's cooking and she needs something, I would like go get it and give it to her. And I usually like wash things, keep them clean, organized, make sure she everything she needs to cook. Yeah.
So you like a sous chef?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Okay. Sous chef, like your mama like the main chef, but you the sous chef, like you pull the stuff together and she be like, okay, I need a pan.
Yeah.
And you know, you got the pan, you on deck with it. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. How long y'all, I gotta fix this. How long y'all been working together?
Oh, this is my son. We've been working together forever. He's known about all my entrepreneurial business
'Cause
throughout the years.
Yeah, my kids, they be sitting back looking at me work. Yo, he like, dude, whenever you finish what you're doing, can I get some money? Yeah.
Now, that part is still there.
Oh, that's
the money part is still there, but he at least works.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, he still works, but you know, I learned so much.
Journey like me. She found out she like me.
He's smiling. He's about to start talking. I learned so much, and I also incorporated that into his life. So he's learning as well, and you know, working towards some of the things with her. She was a premature baby.
Okay.
She was born during COVID, 3.5 months early.
Oh,
so
Lord.
For her to be born so early, I had to incorporate some of those, you know, fun tips that I learned. You know, sea moss to encourage her, thicken her milk, so her stomach lining is good. You know, providing her with soursop for immune. You know, so she didn't have
What's
issues
that?
with her immunity.
What was that term?
Which one? Soursop.
Oh, soursop. Okay.
Yeah. So I've given that to her as well, just to help her with immunity. And
as well as yourself, I'm sure.
Right.
Yeah.
All of us, we blend it.
Okay.
We do a shake. And it just helps so that she wouldn't. One of the things I was told is that we'll end up seeing you again in the hospital because of her being so early and during COVID. We haven't been into the hospital at all.
That's a beautiful thing.
You just have to learn what to do.
Yeah.
And use those skills and the information that you've learned, even not just for yourself and for your family.
And she be eating them vegan wings.
Yes.
Too.
Now he'll tell you.
I love them.
He loves
You
to
love
win.
them?
He always talks about him.
So that's why you was looking at me. He was like, this dude gonna sit up here and eat this whole damn box of vegan wings. Ain't gonna offer nobody. Okay, we all right. We okay now. We'll make some more when we get to the house, okay? And we'll squash all this beef. You know?
Hilarious. He's hilarious.
It's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. So you got the pop-up
Yes.
veggie flour.
The veggie sunflower.
The veggie sunflower.
Yes.
You got the sauce company.
Yes. Flavor what? Flavor what?
Flavor
What?
what?
Yeah.
With a question mark?
With the explanation point.
Flavor what?
That's it.
Got it. So what's the third entity under the umbrella?
Well, the umbrella itself is Kiamani Robey Enterprises.
Okay.
What I do there, I'm actually a consultant and an executive consultant and coach. And what I do is I assist companies as well as individuals with, if it's a company, I'm helping you to see ways to create healthy alternatives within your business, whether it's food or within your organization.
Okay, so you got to have a Kiamani Robey Enterprises is a consulting entity as well.
It's a consulting company, and then I also speak to individuals when it comes to, I have coaching 90 days, 60 days, 6 months, in a year, to help individuals tailor what they need for their health, because everybody's different.
Right.
And a lot of times people like to Google, but I mean, nothing against Google, but you don't have time for that.
Journey don't like Google, but go ahead.
If you don't have time and you're looking for a professional that's gonna get in there and see what you need, you know, that's where I come along.
Okay.
So I use a lot of the information I've learned, I've documented throughout the years of being diabetic, all the information I received, all the herbs I've used, everything that's been tried, even within my own family. And I use that when I speak to someone about their health to see what their goal is, and I provide the strategy to get there.
So how do you get your clients?
Well, I'm online. My umbrella, actually all of them have a website, but KiamaniRobeyEnterprises.com. You definitely go on there. A lot of times when I'm at the markets as well, not only am I providing options for food, I'm talking to the community. So I and I also have a podcast called The Kings and Queens of Health, where I talk about food as well.
Okay. I got, one of our sponsors is a group called Gucci's Goodies.
Okay.
And I love Gucci's Goodies. They got these things called turkey ribs. They're just crazy, just crazy. It's the cleanest tasting meat that I have ever eaten. It's just great. But at any rate, they do a thing where they actually cook or prepare the food in their home and use DoorDash and Grubhub and the rest of the folks to do the delivery thing. Have you ever thought about that kind of delivery system whereby people could kind of access your cuisine outside of like a pop-up situation?
Well, actually, initially I tried the pop-up at the commercial kitchen. So I did that for about 4 or 5 weeks.
What's the commercial kitchen? I ain't yet.
A commercial kitchen is where it's a license for you to go in and cook your food, and then from there you can distribute it how you need to. And I was using the one not too far from here, but I wasn't getting the feedback that I needed, because I really want to be in the community. I want people to know who I am, as well as know that there are healthy alternatives. So that's the big thing, a reason why I'm a pop-up, because the goal or the mission of just the umbrella is to create innovative solutions for food and health changes in the community. So if I need to pop up at an event where people don't even know that, think about our certain areas, they're food barren. They don't have options for healthy food, not just meatless wings. We're talking about salads, we're talking about fresh foods, we're talking about farmers markets. If they don't exist within the community, someone may not even want what I offer as for the food.
Right,
so
because
I want to be able to provide
the
that.
palate would never have been developed to appreciate
At all.
something like that. Yeah.
And not just that, we have our children who have, convenience stores, and they may not be able to, see the types of foods that would help them. Because, think about diabetes itself. It is like 88 million people, it's a lot of people here within the country, and it's because of the foods we eat. It's because of the environment. It's because of how you exercise. Sometimes it's even based on family. But if we don't change the narrative, then people, our children, people won't have that opportunity. So I try to pop up and just kind of be that force, so that you see me, you see my children. This is what we do. They're growing up in it, so it's not just like me, flash, hey, come by for me. No, see what I did, and see that I'm a diabetic. See what I've had to do. I've also wrote books about it. So it's just one of those things. It's a lifestyle,
right?
And I want to be able to help people within that lifestyle, so that they know it's not a day-to-day thing. You didn't get there so fast. You didn't microwave yourself to health issues. Don't try to microwave yourself out of the health issues. Let's change your whole lifestyle.
Yeah, it makes sense. I was ill a couple of years ago, and I did just a total turnaround on the foods. Now I've since fallen off, right? But I knew, I know the smoothie life. I would get up in the morning with the moringa and the kale and all of that, and that brought me back to health. That was part of what brought me back to being healthy again. And so there's a way in which I'm really interested in what it is that you do, because truly our health is truly based upon what it is that we consume, what it is that goes into our bodies. And hell, 95% of what goes into our bodies, hell, we are the ones who put it in there.
You know, the water, that's a whole different thing.
Right.
The atmosphere, the environment, that's something totally different that we can't control. But the things that we can control, I think it's important that we would do what's necessary to try to take control over that. What we do, and part of what we offer here at the Beloved community, lots of we give away lots of vegetables and fruits and stuff. The only thing about it is that many of the people that we serve are homeless, and so those fresh foods and stuff, there's no way to store them. There's no way to keep them, and it makes it difficult. Which is why we got to do where we're opening the Little Zion Annex, which is the building right next to us, and we just got a grant, and we're getting ready to open that up to provide the meals, to provide places for people to get showers, to provide stuff for just your basic stuff for people who don't have a home, but might have a roof.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which is kind of what goes on here in the Pittsburgh community. You got people who might have a roof over their head, but there won't be no electricity. There'll be no air conditioning. There's no refrigeration. There's no, the other kind of utility services that you need in order to turn a roof into a home. So what do you see? Do you see doing brick and mortar in your future, or what do you see yourself going toward?
Honestly, what I kind of want to stay along the lines of being able to service many communities. So I honestly want a food truck.
Okay.
I want to be able to provide classes on the go, especially for the community. Free classes, free opportunities to learn what to do with those vegetables, as well as be able to provide food for a different community. So one of my goals is to have a food truck. Honestly, with the consulting and the coaching, I want to be able to speak to people about what's going on and just really teach people about taking care of their health. One of the things that I talked about within my book, I wrote this book like 2018, 7 Steps Toward Healthy Living, is that all you really have to do is take that first step. And that was one of the big things that I wanted people to understand, is just take the first step. Once you take the first step, it's literally like a aha moment. And even if you go back, like you said, you were eating healthy, but some things happen. That's okay. You took the first step.
The other thing, this is the damn thing what they call it, COVID-19. It kind of like threw me and a whole lot of other people off.
Right.
There are some people I think that whose game got tighter, and some of us, our game fell apart.
Right. No, I understand.
During this kind of transitory period. So you want to keep, and one of the I keep on hearing in my mind, because I got this idea called the Beloved Community Network, where we do different things and create different shows. I would love for you might like to come through maybe once a month or whatever, and once we move our food pantry and all that stuff down to the other building, come through, set up the cameras in the kitchen, and do a cooking show, and actually, because that's something that ain't out there, and that's something that we can do, and we got the wherewithal to produce it. Let's just do it, and let's be the blessing that you want to be.
I'm ready.
You know what I mean? I'm down. All right. So let's just stay connected and continue to do this thing that we do. We here, it's somebody here 7 days a week, and let's stay in communication and see if we can make it happen. Because if it's all about blessing the people, then I want to be down.
Awesome.
I want to be down, and I would also like to be in closer proximity to those vegan wings. I'm ready. I know you're younger than me, you're probably stronger than me or whatever, but I'm ready to wrestle about these wings, bro. Man, that was great. Thank y'all for coming through.
Thank you so much.
Tell people again how they can get in contact with you and perhaps tap into your services.
Okay, well, awesome. If you are interested in a health coach or a consultant, go to www.KiamaniRobeyEnterprises.com, and that's spelled KIAMANIROBEY Enterprises. If you love the meatless wings, you want to try it, we're actually going to be at 352 University Avenue at the Pittsburgh Community Market from 10 to 2 this Saturday. So Memorial Day weekend.
You'll see me there.
And also, just you can reach out if you're interested about the podcast. Go on Spotify, and that's Kings and Queens of Health on Spotify and Anchor.fm.
Ashe. All right, then. Ladies and gentlemen, sisters, brother, put your hands together for Sister Kiamani Robey and Kiamani Robey Enterprises International.
Thank you.
Making it do what it do. Bless the children. Bless you. Bless your family. We'll be back in a minute with more of the show. Make sure you let your people and your people know that if you're trying to get healthy, get your life together, man. Man, holler at Kiamani. Because, I be eating them regular chicken wings, too. Because, called Sandtown Pub. I see y'all on the other side. Movement.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're open.
Yes, we're open.
We are open, and Sandtown Pub is ready to serve you. We're taking precautions, wearing masks, wearing gloves, sanitizing, and practicing social distancing. We've even partnered with local leaders to hand out free masks. So stop by and enjoy our outdoor patio, dine in, call ahead for pickup, get Uber Eats and DoorDash delivery, or order online at www.sandtownpub.com.
Peace, family. It's your girl, Shelly Set with Sun Goddess Sense, your one-stop natural shop. We are located at 4140 Jonesboro Road, booth 225, inside the Forest Park International Discount Mall in Forest Park, Georgia. Come check us out. You can get your health and beauty items, aromatherapy, skincare, Pan-African apparel, and more. You can reach us at 404-434-7963 or sungoddess_sense on IG or sungoddess.sense on IG or Sun Goddess Sense like page on Facebook. Peace.
Hi, I'm Broderick Gooch.
And I'm Tian Gooch.
And we're Gooch's Goodies.
Here at Gooch's Goodies, we specialize in delivering smiles and satisfaction to your home with our high-quality foods at affordable prices.
Our signature sauces and dishes will guarantee a flavor that your family will love, and that's a Gooch's Goodies guarantee. You can follow us on Facebook,
DoorDash,
and Grubhub. See you soon.
For your
the stuff they got up on my screen. You broke me down to a robot, baby. Now all I want is a robot Sadie. And she costs too damn much. Get your tongue good. Oh, get your tongue good. All the time. Get your tongue good. Oh, get your tongue good. All the time. Get your tongue good. Oh, get your tongue good. All the time. Get your tongue good. Oh, get your tongue good. All the time. Robot Sadie is all I want. All I want. Robot Sadie is all I want. All I want. You broke me down to a robot, baby. Now all I want is robot Sadie. And she costs too damn much. And she costs too damn much. And she costs too damn much. need some sugar on me. It's all I need. I've been trying to meet you. You're like a dream. I wonder, could you ever find time in your busy schedule for a cool motherfucker like me? Oh, I'm sweet on Betty Jane. Oh, I'm sweet on Betty Jane. Oh, I'm sweet on Betty, 'cause she sure is good to me. Yeah, I'm sweet on Betty Jane. Sweet as my money. I'm sweet on Betty Jane. 3 kinds of honey. I'm sweet on Betty, 'cause she sure is good to me. Yeah, I've been trying to meet you. You're like a dream. You're like a dream, babe. Oh, could you ever find time in your busy schedule for a cool motherfucker like me? Oh, I'm sweet on Betty Jane. She dipped in honey. I'm sweet on Betty Jane. She's sweet as my money. I'm sweet on Betty, 'cause she sure is good to me. Yeah, and I'm sweet on Betty Jane. She's sweet as my money. I'm sweet on Betty Jane. The girl who dipped in honey. I'm sweet on Betty, 'cause she sure is good to me. Yeah. I went down in the hole to see what I could see. When I got down in the hole, wasn't nobody but me. I went down in the hole to see what I could see. When I got down in the hole, wasn't nobody but me. Down in the hole. Down in the hole.
Come back Saturday. All right. I had a little ring last time, last interview with Chris. Huh? You do? Where you at? Okay. What you doing? Okay. Yeah. Cool. You can do good, man, on what you call it. One time I had a U-Haul truck, boy, and they must have been like toting a whole lot of weed in it, and it was like so much left over, like weed particles. I had like a damn half ounce at the deal. It's a blessing, man. We up. See, that's crazy. That ain't cool, man. You gotta let me know when we up. I didn't want everybody to know that story. Yeah, I mean, I'll be trying to tell everybody every damn thing, man. Yeah. I did get a half ounce out the deal, though. Welcome back to the show, man. My name is Slaughter. This is the movement, Raw and Uncut. Beneath me, the sounds of John Black, the soul of John Black. I was telling the Grand Master Imperial Slice Up Mine that cause that's his cousin. And y'all familiar with like Fishbone? Yeah, the Fishbone, the group. It was like a rock funk group from the 80s. Anyway, this dude was playing guitar for Yeah, well, hell, I'm old. I'm old. Shit, you don't get. Hell, I'm a rarity. I'm an old black man. Hell, they be knocking this off. You know what I'm saying? So
We're 20.
y'all 20. Anyway, y'all don't know nothing about fishbone. Okay, so no make no difference. Don't, John Black, y'all. I love John Black. And Soniya and Megan don't know nothing about John Black, but that's okay. You gonna learn today. All right.
All right.
These young ladies are community activists, and they are connected with an organization called Food for Lives. Ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, please join me in welcoming Soniya and Megan of Food for Lives. They hate y'all already. Can we get some real applause, maybe, for my young friends who reminded me? Thank you. All right, now you get a whole stadium. That's realistic as well, right?
That's why. We gotta figure out who Fishbone
Y'all
is
still
first.
trying to figure out who Fishbone is. Y'all gonna be all right, man. I'm telling you. I would say, and turn me up a little bit, Chris. I would say Google it, but you know what the hell. That. You know, who says that anymore? You know, just to do that later, like Fishbone.
As soon as we get in the car. That's what we're listening to.
And matter of fact, that's so unmillennial of y'all. Where's your phone or Generation Z?
I got mine.
Oh, okay, they're right there. I was like, I didn't see them. Usually y'all be like this. You like have them at all times, you know, in work position. You know what I mean? Anyway, welcome to the show, young ladies. How y'all doing?
Thank you. Doing all right. It's a nice sunny day out today.
And isn't it? It took so long. This damn COVID winter was unrelenting. But now, back Hot Atlanta one more time.
There it is. I've been saying Hot Atlanta all day.
You
To
been
her. Like it's here. It's here, Megan.
Yeah, Hot Atlanta is here. So let's talk about Food for Lives, not to be confused with Food for Life.
Yes.
All right. We don't even say Food for Life. You know what I'm saying? We say Food for Lives, because Food for Life, that would just be like one life at a time. And, you know, that's boring. We want to do lots of lives at the same time. So what do y'all do? What does Food for Lives do?
So we're a nonprofit organization, and we're part of a larger group called the Mindful Servant Institute.
Okay.
But what Food for Lives does is we go out and we serve the homeless community around Atlanta, in the downtown area generally. And we have been serving consecutively every day for over a year. We're over 400 days now. And every day we take out meals and lunches for everyone.
Yes.
And in between, we'll also take any and all donations. So sometimes we go out and we take toys for people. We'll have sleeping bag drives. We do clothes, anything, everything, whatever people need. Sometimes, because what we really want to do is go out and form relationships with everyone. It's not just about, hey, here's this for you, okay, bye, like, see you later.
Right.
We really want to connect to everyone, connect with their hearts. And so we try to have that conversation and ask, hey, what do you need? And, you know, our volunteers are always up for it. I remember one day we went out and someone, he really needed a wheelchair. He was having a difficult time getting around, and we actually had some donated. So one of our volunteers went back to our kitchen. It's back on Old Chattahoochee Road off of Howell Mill. Grabbed the wheelchair, drove right back out to the park, and we made sure he got it.
That's a beautiful thing. It's important for there to be organizations that dedicate themselves to what some people might call the small things. But it's all about, I think, building relationships. Now, y'all haven't termed what you do as ministry, but it sounds like ministry. And I'm looking at the logo on your T-shirts, and they look kind of like, you know, like those are Jesus' hands, you know, with a heart, Jesus with his heart in his hands, or something like that. I mean, and you know, we are a church, and we're a community development CDC, we do that, and but I wonder, given your the age demographic that you so unsubtly reminded me that I'm not a part of. What is it that led you to doing the work that you do?
So what we really follow is service, and our slogan is that we live to serve. So everyone.
So that is ministry, because ministry
Yes.
means service.
Yeah,
Right.
and
Service,
I'm
yeah.
gonna let Megan talk a little more.
Yeah, let Megan get it.
I'm reaching for
Sonya
it.
is she's a little mic hog. You
That's
know what I
okay.
mean?
That's okay. I like. She can talk. I like it. I like to hear what she has to say sometimes. But yeah, even when you were talking about like what you do here and like what church is to you, it's like we want to do the same thing. Like we don't want to just say that oh, we have faith and not do anything about it or like exclude anyone from being able to participate. And so when we go out, we don't try to like give people pamphlets or do anything like that. We genuinely just try to connect with these people and that faith comes naturally.
Yeah.
And so it's like you're serving them, but you're also getting something back. And so
Right, no doubt. That's what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah.
We try to, there's something about, I got this book out in the car about the white evangelical racism, which is directly connected to the evangelical church. And, the term evangelical is kind of wide and kind of broad. And my biggest fear is that I would like, what we do would kind of get inadvertently swept up and become identified with that particular movement. So, there are a lot of things that I think that I do subconsciously, but intentionally, to make sure that a wide gulf exists between that manifestation of the church and the manifestation of the church of who we call sweet black Jesus around here. I need for there to be a distinction, because I never ever want for people to confuse us with the traditional church that exists, which is merely another instrument of oppression in our society. It has no liberative value whatsoever. And I'm talking about the evangelical white church. I'm talking about the evangelical black church. I'm talking about people who, as you described, talk it and don't do it. I just ain't interested in hearing sermons. Okay, y'all gave me the perfect segue to share this little story. Okay, because Sonya getting ready to get the mic back, and I know it's gonna be 30 minutes before I get a chance to speak again.
I told her she had to wait a minute. I had one more.
So on this porch over here on the side, one Sunday, the people were coming and getting the boxes of food and stuff, and I saw people going each direction with the food, and I noticed that none of the people that I saw walking away with the boxes of food were actually in the church service, right, where we did the worship thing. So I'm saying to myself, because I lived the majority of my life ablaze in ignorance. So I'm sitting there on the porch and I'm saying, man, it's good that the people got the food, but I wish they could have got the gospel. They didn't even give me a chance to give them the gospel. And I heard this voice like kind of boom. Oh, fool, that is the gospel. The people walking away with the food is the gospel. People don't necessarily need your words for survival purposes. What people need is your grace, and one having the desire to extend themselves to others. Either out of your abundance or out of your poverty. Just the willingness to share, I think, is that which is needful in our communities. So the future of Food for Lives, you've been doing this a year. has your volunteer base expanded, or do you find it kind of shrinking as we come to the close, what we hope is the close of this COVID-19 pandemic?
Yeah.
Megan, Sonia, one of y'all.
So there's actually a group of people who volunteer full time, and so they're doing this service like every day of the week. And then there's also people who come once a week, and those are individuals or groups, and they've been consistently coming throughout this whole time.
So have y'all been, Sonia, have y'all been doing it since the beginning? And are you like staffers or are you volunteers?
So we're volunteers.
Okay.
And this has been going on for about 2-3 years now. And actually the way it started was in a small like temple kitchen. And it wasn't really affiliated much with the temple. They were just kind enough to let us use their kitchen. And on the weekends, it was once a week on the weekends, they would go to the kitchen, cook meals, and take it out to downtown Atlanta, and they would serve there. And over time, we were able to get like a kitchen warehouse. So from there, we expanded that service, and we started getting 40, 50 people on Saturdays. And we would meet in the morning, we would cook in the kitchen, everyone together. And most of the people would pack up their cars and take it out to downtown Atlanta. And there we would set up tables and people would be serving, there would be lines. Other people would be walking around talking. We'd have music playing, like we made it a whole event. And the thing, that
Pop-up grace.
Yeah, and the thing that I feel like made our organization special and the way we had people coming back is not everyone went out to serve. Some people actually stayed back at the kitchen. They cleaned and they cooked lunch for all of the volunteers. So when everyone came back, we all sat around together and we had a meal together. So then the volunteers were able to sit, connect, talk about their service that day and how they felt. And that really brought everyone together. And that evolved over time. So around the pandemic, we had a lot of conversations, like most organizations, about shutting down. Do we keep going? How do we function? And, it hit us hard and we came back harder. We started serving every day, at least 200 boxes. We were packing and taking out and just handing them out to everyone.
So are y'all students?
We are.
Okay.
So,
where do you
so
school?
Where
do you go to school?
I just graduated from Georgia Tech.
Okay.
And she's from Georgia Tech.
Oh, Megan, you may speak.
Thank you. Yeah. So
where do you go to school?
I'm at Georgia Tech as well.
Georgia, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it's really cool. We have volunteers from Georgia State and Emory, and like the kitchen is open to college students as well. Like if they want to come volunteer, or also like we're really aware that food insecurities on college campuses are a huge thing.
No doubt about it.
And
And I would imagine it hasn't been as pronounced a problem this past year, the last couple of semesters, because people have been like virtually engaged in education. But as the fall comes back, and actually there are some who are anticipating that there will perhaps be another surge, another coronavirus surge when that actual event happens, and we'll see. Because I'll be watching y'all. Yeah, I'm old, but I don't be around a whole bunch of people and stuff, hollering with my mask off and yelling and drinking and stuff like y'all be doing.
we don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you don't know anything about it. You know nothing of that which I speak. Well, they don't do that in college no more. Okay, they don't do that. All right. Well, back when me and old Scott was in there, they did a lot of that. I'm wondering. So, are you from Atlanta?
Yeah. So I'm from a little bit south of here, and so it's a really rural area in Georgia.
What's the name? What
Manchester.
Manchester. Okay, we know Manchester.
Yeah.
And where you from, Sonia?
I grew up in Savannah.
Savannah?
Yep.
Okay. So what I'm kind of thinking about is, and where my query is kind of being directed, is toward the idea of what you do with the experience that you have gleaned when you go to wherever you might go, wherever your career might take you, or wherever opportunities might take you. Do you take the spirit of Food for Lives with you where you go? And if so, what do you do with it?
Yes, definitely. There's so much I feel like I've learned, and so many realizations you get when you go out in the community and you just see the people, you connect with them. I have just started work with GTRI, and I work on a lot of sustainability projects, and one of the things I kind of focus on is kind of creating public spaces and parks and stuff, and that needs to be all inclusive of the community. You know, we want to make sure it's diverse, it is available to everyone. And part of the research I've been doing and look at is, you know, not all resources, not all open spaces are available to everyone and in all neighborhoods.
Well, no doubt. As a black man, I can assure you that you are spot on with that analysis.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, as a person of color, how do you experience being a part of this organization? Because I'm gleaning. I haven't. Well, maybe I should ask. Is this like a majority white kind of?
It's not
thing?
Actually, surprising enough.
Okay.
I have a Indian background, but I'm like born and raised American.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of Indian families supporting us. So I am in this organization actually part of the majority.
So Indians are the majority in this organization?
Yes. So
Okay,
most
cool.
of
That's
the service and a lot of things since we started has been run by a lot of students from everywhere. But we have a huge support network of Indian families around Atlanta who, from the pandemic, they've been cooking from their homes and helping kind of coordinate logistics and driving around.
That's cool.
And then we kind of take that from the kitchen and spread it back out. So yeah, we're really trying to expand a lot more though.
That is. I think it's important for persons who would like to be able again to show grace to others to do that. And you know, it's interesting. I think, you know, people are not aware of how you know, deeply entrenched Indian people are in the Christian faith, if you will. I just, you know, at this point in my life, I'm kind of I'm just so damn skeptical and so, you know, just so jaded as relates to how it is that people actually interact with each other. And I think that, you know, the world that my generation has bequeathed to you and to my people who are my children's age. You what, 24, 25, 24,
22.
22. Okay, so you're my children's age, okay? I got children ranging in age from 29 to 20, and spaces in between. And, you know, I just think that it's a real confusing space that y'all have to occupy and negotiate, right? Of course, you know, I feel like there's a call that many of your generation are kind of compelled to answer because of what it is that you can see and how you see it. There was a time when I know you don't believe this. There was a time when cell phones didn't exist.
Right.
It's reminding you.
Yeah.
It's not us. It's not us.
Yeah, this is my oldest daughter's mom. Let me tell you. Hey, I'm in the middle of doing my show.
Okay, call me when you get off.
All right. There was a time when those things didn't exist, and so information was shared and it traveled, but it didn't move in the same way. Y'all wouldn't believe me. There was a time when there were only 3 television channels, like on a television. Like and the television was like this little box that showed like black and white pictures, right? No, I know you don't believe it. I know you don't believe it. Got to Google it. It's out there.
We believe you.
And so, like, news was seen at 6 o'clock in the evening for 1 hour. That was it, right? There was no such thing as CNN, 24 hours a day news coverage, MSNBC, Fox, the rest of the stuff. None of that. So my point being that in this generation is like bombarded with information, wherein in my generation you kind of had to seek out information, and it was generally shared word of mouth. No one everybody didn't walk around with a personal computer in their hand. So I think that, and no, let me ask. I'm wondering, given that contextualization of reality, do you think that the call for action is ringing louder with people of Generation Z than in the previous generations that exist?
So I think the call to action has always been there. It's like you mentioned, it's the information. But you know, one of the challenges I've seen a lot of, and that's part of what we're trying to do with this organization and everything we do, is with the amount of information we get. Like, I can open up my phone right now. I have 5 different apps that I can just scroll for hours, and there's so much that I can know. But then there's this lack of real communication. There's this lack of like actual connection. And that's what we want to do and try to do with going out in the community. And that's where I feel like we get our call to action from. It's kind of flipped, you know? Like the way you described it, it's like the way you found action was, okay, I have to go out and find the information. The information is there. We're like overloaded with like data. There's so much there.
Okay, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. So now you have to be even more discerning as relates to how one kind of parses through like the just the giant field of information that exists. You have to be discerning and pick out what makes sense to incorporate into your world and what doesn't make sense, to other stuff that you just need to ignore, because there's a whole hell of a lot of stuff to ignore.
No, I think it's great to like having access to all this information. I mean, as long as you can get away from it. So I think having these connections, it's beautiful to get the word out and to share with people what we're doing and how they can get involved. And not only with our organization, but any organization in general, for like people to give back to their community and get involved. Like you can ignore it, but it makes it a little difficult when you open up your phone and you're like, oh, all these people are doing things, like what can I do? But then once we're in that mode of service, like we can put our phones away and like reconnect back to ourselves and like be in the present and connect with people and talk and not have to worry about what's happening.
Well, we're in the present now, but we got to roll out. How can people gain access to Food for Lives or become volunteers or somehow contribute or be helpful to your organization?
Yeah, they can go to our website, which is foodforlives.org, and the 4 is the number 4, so food number 4 lives. And then they can also see us at Mindful Servant Institute, and that's another website, and then follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and that's still Food for Lives.
That Food for Lives or?
Yep.
Yeah. Our Instagram is Food for Lives ATL.
Food for Lives ATL.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to encourage y'all to keep on serving, keep on showing grace to persons who can benefit from someone having compassion for them. And I thank y'all for the work that you do in the community.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, my new chillin'. Soniya and Megan, bless. Y'all be well as you go. All right, man, it's time to get up out of here, man. We did our thing. Y'all just chill with me so I can get up out of here. Yesterday, man, I'm still kind of laughing from yesterday. I told this joke about
I know what it is.
a kiddie pool with 7 raw chickens and a pack of turkey sausage. Anyway, it's deep. See that?
They keep lying, man, and I can't relate. Run away.
Craig, you ain't no fun, man. I tell you, man. You don't get my humor, man. I'm telling you, boy. All right, tomorrow, man, we got guests on deck. I want you to get here on time. Be early for class tomorrow because I think I got to be somewhere at 1. I got to preach a eulogy for the young man who lived across the street from the church who was murdered this past weekend. Long live the memory of Alan Turner Jr., also known as Cool. We're going to say some good words over him, I think, tomorrow. So I'm going to have to roll out about 12:30 to get to where I need to be by 1. So y'all get here early so we can have the show. All right? I see y'all tomorrow. Until then, peace to the Archbishop and the Holy Family, to the beloved community that I love so well. The Craig Biggity on video, the Grand Imperial Slice Master, Scott LaRock, Big Ham, not Little Ham, on audio. The HC downstairs getting the people fed. And peace to the people. Power to the people. And earth to the bros. I'll holler.
Shout out to the whole crew.